Hey, welcome back, guys. So far we've learned some basics in Forex trading. We have learned some basic charting, support and resistance, how candles are formed, the way they move, trend lines, and worked with a couple of tools, okay? And about some pairs, right? Time frames. We've done quite a bit. We've covered quite a bit. So now understand that I haven't gone into any depth details, excuse me, with you on this yet. But just so you know that this is just basic information about what it is that we do in the market. So what I want to do with you now is I'm going to share my screen again, and I want to show you what are some of the confluences that we look for before we take a trade. Okay. And again, this is just all really basic stuff. So, oh, here I am. Here I am on the binary chart, which we're not going to get into right now. I want to go back. I want to go back to this here chart. Let me turn my video back on. I did that. Okay. So, oh, we're not supposed to be here either. Did I erase my? Oh, here it is. My chart. Okay. So sorry, I took you on a little journey there. So what we're going to look for now are some confluences that we need to see before we take a trade, right? So we marked up this chart. I'm going to put my trend line back on here again. And it's not, let's see. Hold on 1 second. Let's go back. I think we're on the 4 hour. Let's just do it. Oh, that was good. The 4 hour is good. Let's do it on the 4 hour. That looked real good. Let's see. Okay. So let's open this back up. Okay. So my trend line, let's just go here to there, right? This is the basic trend of this pair. It's trending up, and we have a few levels of price action, right? Few couple of zones we have set up. So the blue lines are going to tell me where I'm looking for price to go. Okay. So what do I look for before I take a trade? Well, I'm definitely looking at the overall trend. Okay. I see my trend is going up. I am definitely looking for a lower time frame, maybe like the 15-minute time frame. Okay. So that I don't have to wait and sit and watch this chart to find my entry. So as you see, I have my alarm set here. I could set an alarm there if I wanted to. I'm seeing my trend. And actually, what I could do, since I'm on a lower time frame, is I could set up another trend line here so that I can get a real sniper entry, okay? So let's see. I want to get a real sniper entry here. So you see I have two, let's move it in a little tighter there, 2 points of interest here, here, and right there. Okay, it broke the trend here, but it was more of a fake out because it went through, it closed on this side, and it went back up and closed on that side. So that was a market fake out, right? And it does that sometimes, but look how many other times it respected. I gotta move some stuff out the way here, sorry. Okay, so let's see. Where is my, I'll do it this way. Okay. I don't know what happened to my sizer here, but that's okay. But look at how many other times it respected this trend line, right? Went up, it just kept bouncing off of this trend line here. So this is a very valid trend line, even though it's on a smaller time frame. Okay, this is going to help me get some sniper entries. Okay, I can even put a trend line at the top of this trend, right? Oh, I've been on the binary chart for so long. I think I must have forgotten how to operate my trading view chart here. Okay, so we're going to put this trend line right here at the top. So this is what we call creating channels, right? So in the market, what we're going to look for are a few things, okay? We want price to bounce or touch one of these lines here to tell us when is a good time to get in, right? We also use our 50 moving average, the green line, and anytime price is above the green line, right? So say that, so like here, it's above the green line, price, the candles are above the green line. We're looking for buy setups, okay? We're looking for buys. And we see this is a bullish market. Bulls market goes up and the bear market comes down. When it's bearish, that means the market is falling, it's coming down. But this is a bullish market, it's going up. So you think of those horns, right? Okay, so I have a bullish market. My market is moving up. My trend is up. I have my support and resistance, okay? So I'm in between two major areas of support and resistance. We can even put a line here if we want it to get a tighter entry, okay? We can even put a line here because it is respected this zone. We'll call it a zone, okay? And as well as another line, horizontal line can go here because I'm seeing major repeated areas of support and resistance on this pair here, okay? So you see we have our blue lines here. You see how it's respected that several times. Here it's respected several times. Now I have a smaller channel since it's not a lot of movement in the market on this pair right now. Okay, we can make this bigger so we can see it. It's not a lot of movement going on right now. So we just wait. Okay, we just wait. We let the market come to us. We don't chase the market. We let the market come to us. Okay, and that's when we can get in on a buy or a sell. So if it hits this line, I can go in for a sell or a buy. I'm gonna use my little measuring tool right here to see exactly how many pips is this one little candle worth. How many pips did it do? So far, it's only done 8.5 pips, okay? So we don't have a lot of movement in the market right now. Let's see. Let's try that again. I'm gonna see how much the sell candle, this red candle here, has moved. 12 pips, okay? Guys, you can get rich. You can literally become wealthy on 20 pips a day, okay? 20 pips a day is all you need. You just need one or two of these candles a day to pay you well, all right? One or two to pay you well. Now, some people, and when we take little small trades like this, it's called scalping. We're scalping the market. You know, we're just in and out in, you know, a few minutes or an hour or two on a trade. You have intraday traders where they may hold a trade for several hours or for a day. Okay, and we have swing traders who may hold a trade for a day or for a year, right? It's called swing trading. And no matter what your style of trading is, it's all personal and it's all up to you. So, however you decide to come in and trade this market, there's certain basic things that are the same. And what I just showed you is pretty much exactly what we do all day. Now, we have some different strategies that we use. We have different indicators that we use. And this is a very simple stochastic indicator, which basically shows the movement of the market. It's a little delayed to what the candle is actually doing. But as you can see right now, there's a green line, there's a red line, and the green line is moving up, right? And it's in sync with the current candle that is also moving up. So it's crossing this red line, which is a good indication that this is a good time to get ready to sell. Now I will wait for this candle to close, and this little candle clock right here on this sidebar, this little green, is telling me that there's 3 minutes and 42 seconds left before this candle closes. My bet is that this candle, if it closes before it hits this line, the next candle is going to go up and it's going to test this line of resistance. Okay, it's going to test this line of resistance right here. Because why? Because that's what it's done in the past. Okay, and if I wanted to put my money on it, okay, I can, when this next candle open, I could put my money on that this is going to go up at least to this line here, if not break through and go to the next area of support. And that's how we measure like how many pips it would be. So if it did open right where it is now, let's say, and it went up and broke through that first line and went to this line, well, guess what? That's 21 pips. Okay, 21 pips in the market. And in my next video, I'm going to show you exactly how much money you could have made on that 21 pip or that 20 pip move. Okay, will be one or two, three candles. I don't know, however long it would take. Sometimes one candle will shoot up like that, right? So I am going to end this video with, now that you have confluences. Okay, so our confluences, before we know we have an uptrend, we see our price, where price is right now, that is approaching a level of support, right? We see our indicator is showing that the market just crossed over and it's on an uptrend. Okay, if we were looking at a downward market, then we would be wanting that red line to come and cross over to let me know that this market, actually that's what's happening. This market is going down. Okay, so this red line is letting me know that this is going down. You see how that just dropped down right there? That's a sure sign, okay, that it's losing strength in its upward move. So we might be ready to take a turn and go down for a bit. And it may come down to this line, it may come and hit this trend line or any of these support lines. So it's just a matter of understanding your market, putting the the support lines, the resistant lines, the trend lines on the chart. You know, there's other tools that we can use to measure different things, you know, that I'm not going to get into because it's really not necessary. This is just the basics of trading. It's what we look for, and everything else is just icing on the cake, you know, to tell us what and when we should get into the market. Okay. So this is really a consolidating market right now. It's moving sideways. It's not really making any big moves at all. So honestly, I wouldn't even trade this market right now. I would look for something a little more exciting to trade. And it all depends also, your pairs depends on what what session that we're in. So we have the London session, which is at 2 a.m. when the London market opens. We have the New York session at 8 a.m. when the New York market opens. We have the Asian session at 7 p.m. when the Asian market opens. Okay, so those are our three major markets that we like to pay attention to. But again, this is the euro dollar. We were just looking at the pound dollar. This is the euro dollar. You see it's also on an uptrend, but right now it's consolidating. They made this big push up, and now it's going to rest a little bit before it makes this next big move, which I'm guessing will probably be, oh, this is 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm up late, you guys. I'm a night owl because I'm a trader. I like trading the London session, which is starting right now. 3 o'clock, between 2 and 3, these markets really start moving. The pound, the euro, the yen. Those are some of our London pairs. And you could possibly see a spike in the market. Like right now, our moving average is above the candlesticks, and I'm probably thinking you see our stochastic is moving down. It's overbought, right? I mean, I'm sorry, it's oversold. You see it here, it's oversold, close to the oversold line, which is the bottom of this purple area, okay? And I haven't put any other support or resistant lines here, but I'm probably thinking this is on a little bit of an up curve here. Let's see, is it, or is it my imagination? Is this going up just a little bit here? Because what that tells me, just a tiny bit, what that can tell me too is these levels of consolidation tend to slam down when it's pointing up. And then when they're pointing downward, they tend to pop back up. Okay, so that's a confluence that I look at. Again, the moving average is above the candles, which indicates a buy market. I'm sorry, a sell market, right? And it looks like that's what it's about to do with those red candles right there. So there's no tops on those candles. There's little wick there, but there's no wick on this little tiny candle here. You can see that little tiny candle. There's hardly any, there's no wick at all there at the top of it, which means the momentum is kind of on the downside, okay? So those are little things that we look at. We learn to read these candles. This little pair here is an indication that the market is going to turn. This little doji is an indication that the market is going to turn. So I'm pretty sure that this market, looking at the confluences, are all pointing to the downside, okay? They're all pointing to the downside. So my guess is it's going to go down, and I can put a bid in. I would mark it up to see where I would want to put my stop, my take profit points, and where I would want to put my stop losses, according to what I see here. So that is some of the things you want to look for before you take a trend. You want things to kind of coordinate, right? You want at least 2 or 3 things to say the same thing before you take a trade. Okay, and from the way it looks right now, it looks like this might be a nice sell-off for the London session. So I hope that gets you excited enough to look at the next video. I will see you on that next video.